Well, Globies, we finally made it. We're going down the steps to the river walk. Oh my goodness. It's going to be a little bouncy, but that's okay. Here's the start of it. Can you see through the trees? Oh my goodness, we made it. I've been wanting to come here for I can't tell you how long. Bucket list check off coming up. I don't know if it's even possible to put into words just how much I've anticipated coming to the river walk. So come on, won't you, and join me on a boat tour of the river walk, as well as a sampling of some delicious Mexican food, and maybe even a carriage ride. We're on the river walk tour, so I'm going to be quiet and let you just listen.
It was built in 1868, and it was built by German settlers. Now, back in the 1800s, this whole area was hugely populated by Germans, and they wanted to have a church where they could have mass in their own language. So they built themselves a church. Now, to this day, every last Sunday of the month, they do all the services completely in German. Take a look to the right of the stage. You might recognize it from Miss Congeniality. We had Sandra Bullock up there dancing around in a bathing suit. All these chairs and the decorations, they're all for the parade tomorrow. It's going to be Dia de Los Muertos Parade, starting about 7 o'clock. I think you have to have tickets to be down here, but I'm not sure. That's why all the chairs are out. It's going to be televised as well. And directly in front of us is Old Big Red. It's a Bexar County courthouse built in 1896, made of red sandstone and granite. One of the oldest and largest continuously operating courthouses in Texas. Now, just in case there's any cross-traffic here, I have to honk the horn, don't be alarmed. So this part of the river that we've been on, this is all the natural flow of the river. It's a natural horseshoe bend. The river flows to the left. We're headed to the right into a man-made part. We're entering into the flood channel. We just left through floodgate 4. Now, when it rains really hard, floodgate 4 will rise up out of the water like a drawbridge. Keeps the water at the exact same level in the horseshoe bend at all times. There's never any flooding back there. The hotels, the mall, the restaurants, they're all completely safe from flooding. Now, it doesn't rain very often. San Antonio, quite a bit in the last.
Oh, Globies, guess who I have here? His name is Cliff. And if you come to the river walk, you have to look for his tour. It is the best one, and do not leave without tipping, because he gives you so much information you could write a book. And in fact, he wrote a book. What's the name of your book, Cliff?
So the name of my book is For You Have Sinned. It's a psychological thriller. It just came out recently, and if you're into like Silence of the Lambs meets Seven, it's a little dark and twisted, but it's got a good story as well.
Oh my goodness. But, well, the tour wasn't dark and twisted, I can say that.
That's my other side.
Now, what's your favorite part of the river walk?
I like, there's an area called La Villita, great little shops, little artisan shops.
Okay.
Sometimes they'll have music on the weekends. Other than that, there's River Square where all the restaurants are. That's where I love to eat.
Now, I saw Hyatt Regency. You said you could go through there. They have waterfalls and things?
Yeah, there's a pathway right from the river to the Alamo. So it's called the Paseo del Alamo. You go through the Hyatt Regency, and they've done it beautifully. There's little waterfalls and water features, and you kind of go up the steps gradually, and and as soon as you get up the stairs, you're right there. The Alamo's right in front of you.
And also, there was a restaurant that turned around up at the top of a needle, sort of?
Yes, it's the Chart House restaurant. It's on the Tower of the Americas at the top. It's right below the observation deck, but it rotates once every hour.
Oh, cool.
You get a panoramic view of the city. Great at night, especially the Christmas lights are going to be on here within the next month, and that's a really good time. You get a great view up there as well.
And you said there was also tomorrow a parade?
Yes, the Dia de los Muertos Parade, the Day of the Dead. They're going to have, I think, about 20 different floats, all decorated. There'll be bands, there'll be people throwing beads and probably candy. And it's all in honor of the Day of the Dead.
Kind of like a river walk Mardi Gras.
Yeah, it's very, very similar to that.
Well, thank you. And could you just tell us one more time so my Globies can know the name of your book?
Yes, it's called For You Have Sinned by Cliff.Edwardd.
All
Available
right.
worldwide on Amazon, bookbaby.com. Anywhere online books are sold, you can get it. And I'm currently, I narrate audiobooks, so I'm working on the audiobook right now, so that should be out in the next couple months.
You heard it here first, Globies, so go get your copy of that book. Thank you, Cliff, for one of the best tours I've really ever had.
Thank you very much.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, we just got off the tour, a fabulous tour with Cliff, and we're now at the other end of the restaurants. We've walked through the restaurant area. I'm thinking we might go over there and get a frozen drink. I don't know, they're looking pretty good. And some oysters on the half shell. But over here is the Hyatt Regency that they talked about, which is the throughway to the Alamo. So we're gonna come over here and go through here, and I'll bring you with me when we get to the other side, Globies. So just don't go away. Well, it is pretty impressive in here. Oh my, the fountains and the glass banisters. Over here is a little tea lounge and a little bridge over I guess it's a wishing pool. I wonder what all the locks are for. I've got to find out the story behind all these locks. It's called the locked gate. Wow, there's hundreds, and they have initials on them. Trent and Tanya, A and M. Okay, there's a story behind this. I've got to go find out the story behind this. Well, this looks like where the water starts from that flows into that pool, and all along the side are shops. But I am on the hunt for someone who can tell me what the story is behind those locks. No one from the hotel knew the history of the locks, but here's a gentleman from La Riviera Beauty Boutique, Moore, who can tell me a little bit about the locks. So can you tell me what's happening with the locks?
You take the lock and you put the dates about when you get married or when you find your soulmate. Let's say this.
Okay.
You take the lock and you put it on the bridge, and you lock it. When you lock it, it's like you lock the love to each other.
Ah, okay. Well, thank you very much, Moore. Well, now we know the story of the locks. If you have someone that you love, supposedly if you put their name with yours on here and lock it on, it will lock that relationship. We're capping off our evening in San Antonio with a horse-drawn carriage ride. Oh my goodness. Well, there's Jessica. She has been talking about this since we got here. Okay, you can see she's all excited. Well, here we go, here we go. My battery's about to die, so I probably won't get much, but at least I was able to show this. Well, this is our carriage ride. We are going through downtown San Antonio, and there's Jessica enjoying her ride. Oh my goodness. We are having such a moment, mommy-daughter time. Well, I am going to be ending this video now because, well, my battery's dying. So have a good one, everyone. Good night.